Hello my darlings, and welcome to KN6Z's video log for 25 March 2007. Thanks, babe.
Are you going to tell them the story of how you served in the Nam?
I'm trying to make a video. Thanks.
What branch of the military were you in, General?
I can take it from here. Thanks, you can go.
It looks like you're missing a few stars there, General. Want me to paste them back on for you?
See ya. Bye. Okay, now, I want to get serious. I want to talk to you all about semiconductor junctions. Alright, let's play a game called Semiconductor Backgammon Checkers. Let's imagine this is a slab of silicon crystal. Let's adulterate or contaminate or dope this crystal with an impurity. The impurity I have in mind is a phosphorus atom. Phosphorus added to a silicon crystal can release an electron to the conduction band of the silicon crystal. Conduction band for you solid state physics types. For everybody else, we don't need to worry about the conduction band. So here's that phosphorus atom. Now upon releasing the electron to the silicon crystal, an electron that's mobile moves around in that conduction band. This phosphorus atom acquires a positive charge. It was neutral, but if it gives up an electron, it's going to be left with a net positive charge. And here is the mobile electron that is released from the phosphorus. We'll represent positive with red, which is traditional, and black for negative, which is traditional. I'm going to put that black checker on this backgammon disk to indicate this is a mobile electron. It's going to be able to move around in that silicon crystal. Let's dope this crystal with some more impurity atoms, some more phosphorus. Here's a phosphorus atom giving up a negative mobile electron to the conduction band, and there it is. Let's do another one. Phosphorus atom acquires that positive charge when it gives up this negative mobile electron, and another phosphorus atom fixed in place gives up another mobile negative electron. Notice there's no net charge. Plus minus cancels, plus minus, and plus minus. This side we call N-type material because it has got mobile negatives or mobile electrons that can move through the crystal. Let's add some impurity to the other side of the crystal. The atom of choice is boron. Boron atoms can take an electron from neighboring silicon atoms in the crystal and acquire a negative charge, black for negative. And these are fixed negative charges, unlike these. A fixed negative charge on boron. When it takes negative charge away from a silicon atom, that leaves the silicon atom positively charged. It was neutral before. You take an electron from it, and it will become positively charged. And that is represented by red. Now the reason we got that positive charge on a backgammon disk indicating it's mobile is not because the silicon atoms can move around. They cannot, but the silicon atoms can pass the positive charge from one to another. So the positive charge can move around on the crystal. The silicon atoms just hand it off. So we'll call this mobile positive charge here a positive mobile hole. We call it a hole because the electrons can fall out of the conduction band into the hole, neutralizing the silicon atom. Let's put in some more boron atoms, which acquire a negative charge, taking an electron from a silicon and leaving the silicon positive. Here's a positive silicon atom. Movable, essentially or effectively movable positive charge as the silicons hand that charge off from one to another. Let's add some more impurity boron right there, and here is the positive mobile hole that's created as the result. Another impurity boron atom here, and here is the positive mobile hole created as a result. Okay, this type of material over here we call p-type material because it contains effectively mobile positive charges. N-type material, p-type material. This is called a p-n junction. Now the heat energy in the crystal causes everything to wiggle and jump around. Some of these things, like these phosphorus positive atoms or these negative borons, they can't go roaming around. They're held in place, but these mobile negatives can move around, and these mobile positives holes can move around. So we can have a mobile negative charge here, this electron, diffuse towards a positive mobile hole and fall into it, neutralizing the charge on that silicon atom. So now we just have neutral silicon, and what we have left behind is that positive fixed charge on phosphorus and the negative fixed charge on boron. These mobile positive holes can diffuse around and gobble up an electron, producing a neutral silicon atom again. Once again, what do we have left behind? A fixed negative on boron and a fixed positive on phosphorus. This region we've created here, as you can see, is free of mobile charges. That's called a depletion region, and it's very high resistance because you can't support current flow if there are no charge carriers, mobile charge carriers. Well, let's attach a wire to this side of the crystal and hook this wire up to the negative terminal of a battery. Okay, let's hook another wire up to the other side and attach that wire to the positive terminal of a battery. Alright, here we go. Now what's going to happen? These mobile negatives are going to be repelled by the negative wire here and move towards the depletion region. These positive holes are going to be repelled by this positive terminal and move towards the depletion region. Now these negatives that moved are going to be resupplied by new mobile negatives that come in off the negative end of the wire this way, and these holes that move towards the depletion region are going to be replaced by new holes that are created when electrons leave out this positive wire. Electrons leave, creating a positive mobile hole behind. Okay, well, these mobile negatives can neutralize the positives once again. These positives can diffuse and neutralize negatives like this. The charges continue to be repelled towards the depletion region. More negatives come in from the negative side. More positive holes are created at the positive side, and on it goes. Electrons go out the positive wire this way, come around and back in the negative wire this way. Recombination continues to happen in the center. Electrons come out, go around, come back in, and we have essentially a diode that is forward biased and conducting electricity in the forward biased direction. What if we change the polarity of the wires? What if we take the negative and put it where the positive was, and the positive where the negative was? There's the negative, here's the positive. Well, now what's going to happen is the positive wire is going to suck mobile electrons out, and that's not good. And the negative side is going to admit electrons which fall into these holes and neutralize them. Alright, mobile negatives are going to be attracted to the positive side. Holes are going to be attracted to the negative side. These mobile electrons are going to go out the wire on the positive side. Electrons are going to come in on the negative side, neutralizing these positive holes. And what have we got? We've got a huge depletion region, very high resistance. We've got no more positive or mobile electrons to go out the positive side here, and we don't have any more holes here for electrons coming in to fall into. We just have a very high resistance depletion region and no charge carriers to move, and so current doesn't flow. Electrons flowing this way don't work. This is or don't flow. This corresponds to the p-n junction being reversed bias. We do not get current this way, but when we put the positive over here and the negative here, we did get current flowing the other way, corresponding to a forward bias diode. So there you go. We used to play this semiconductor backgammon checkers game squatting in the jungle when I was in the Nam.